Hey, it's Craig the Spa Tech. Two videos in 2 days, huh? That's a new one. It's been a crazy overnight. When that thunderstorm rolled through, we lost power for pretty much the entire overnight. Had to pull the battery out of the riding mower so I could run some LED lighting in the house. And this morning, I went to help a buddy with some water in his basement, but got back here to take care of some things, and I'm gutting this 2007 Vanguard, getting it ready for another stint at this house. I found some interesting things here and some points of concern, and I'd like to point those out to you. So let me flip this around. So I gutted the equipment. I got our IQ here. The heater, I had to pull those to get the Spodio amp out. The original Lang circ pump, the two jet pumps to gut the equipment compartment, which was not too bad. I think a chipmunk was starting to store seeds because this workshop had a bad seal under the door, so there's actually chipmunks tearing into stuff in here, but we got rid of him, fixed the seal. I don't think he damaged too much. So in the past, whenever I'm working on hot spring spas, I've always had a good, I'd go online and I'd buy like 5 PS200 pump seals, and I'd buy 5 Volute O-rings. And I did that last night. I went to Amazon and I bought some pump seals and O-rings, but then I tore into this and I'm like, wait a minute, those aren't Theramax, those are Vicos. So now I got to procure some Vico seals and Volute O-rings. You got to say, give me a break. And then whenever I pull jet pumps, both of them, you don't know where Jet 1 and Jet 2, where did it go? Did it go there or did it go there? So I always number them Jet 2, Jet 1, so when I put them back, you know what goes where. Let's see. Yeah, and these pumps, I mean, they never leaked. These things are in great shape. It's just the fact that they're 18 years old. And if I get this tub going and they leak a year or two from now, I'm going to be kicking myself saying, I could have taken care of this before I even set this tub up at this property. And here's something that I really want to point out to you. As you know, I'm an advocate for dipping a test strip every week. That is step number one. I always tell our customers, get in the habit of dipping a test strip every week. If you get into that routine, everything else falls into place. 50 test strips in a container, 52 weeks a year. The test strips do expire. Get in that habit and always maintain your alkalinity and pH. Always maintain low-level chlorine. And I'm going to show you here what the effects of good water chemistry can be on a hot tub. Look at these jet pumps. 18-year-old Vicos. Look at how black they still are on the inside. I mean, those are not damaged at all from water chemistry. Look at these pumps I've got over here in my rack. Gray, almost black, gray, very light gray, bleached white. I mean, holy cow. I mean, pumps should never be bleached. I can only imagine what the water chemistry was like on that one. But yeah, water chemistry. I mean, this is an 18-year-old tub, and look at the vinyl tubing here. It's not yellowed and no longer transparent and rock hard. I mean, this is still. You don't see 3/4 inch vinyl looking like that on an 18-year-old tub. Now, of course, this is where the ozone injector is, so that's kind of everything downstream from the ozone injector is yellowed, but look at that. Before it, it's just beautiful. Here's another thing you can tell. Look at this. Look at this. Look at how gray my moto backrests and my jets are. I mean, look at these Soothing 7s here. These Soothing 7s are still gray. That is the original auxiliary panel. Still works. When I shut this down and winterized it, those moto massages were still going up and down. Those are original, never been replaced. The only thing I've ever replaced on this hot tub are the pillows in that heater relay board. So, huge advocate for dipping a test strip every week. And then the other thing I'm a huge advocate for is keeping the mice out. I'm always making sure that mice aren't getting in here. So I do have to work on the plywood corners, and this is a point of interest. A lot of people don't know this. So these hot spring spas have always had these dryer vents connected to these jet pumps. There's a cooling fan in these pumps, and it vents the heat out these vents and out the corner of the tub. So, and they've been doing this since the early days. I mean, back in the early days, they had these big, huge, ginormous, Stay-Rite, Maxi-Glass, and Duraglass swimming pool pumps in these hot tubs. And those things would run hot. I mean, my gosh, it was a swimming pool pump. So they had to take that heat and vent it out. Well, after a while, they started doing something very clever, and not a lot of people know this. When you turn on those air control levers and you're sucking air into the jets, so you get this combination of water and air out of those jets, where does that air come from? A lot of tubs, it just comes from around the cabinet or the equipment compartment. On a hot spring, as these jet pump motors are venting the hot air out this corner, right about here is where it is sucking the air in to go to those jets. So as this hot air is being exhausted out of the corner of the tub, some of it's being grabbed and being recycled back into the hot tub, so you're not putting cold air into the hot tub. So I'm your resident Cliff Clavin on these hot springs, and a little known fact about what these things do. So original Circ pump, original heater. I think that is about all I wanted to show you. Oh, here's one thing that I absolutely have to do. This drove me nuts. So most hot spring spas don't have this half-inch pipe that goes to this trickle water feature. Most of them just have a little quarter-inch burp line that goes up to the filter well. So when you fill and power it up, the Circ pump burps its air out into the filter well. But mine, check this out. So my Circ pump would be right here. Look at that half-inch pipe. It goes way up, way down, and way up again. Whenever I filled my hot tub, it was a nightmare to burp that Circ pump, because even if I opened that valve there, it went high, low, high. So this is an opportunity for me to snip about 5 or 6 inches out of that half-inch pipe, put in a coupler, so for my Circ pump, it just goes steadily upward to that water feature, so it's not going to be this huge, long ordeal trying to burp the Circ pump every time I do a drain and refill. So I don't know how many other people have that problem, but that's the reason. So I'm going to take this immaculate 2007 Vanguard here and finish rebuilding some stuff. I'm on the fence on whether I want to replace that old Lang or not. It's going to be interesting. And I know some of you people aren't believing me when I say that this thing has never been mouse infested. It's like, there's no way. This thing had to have been mouse infested. He just got in here with a putty knife and scraped all this mouse poop out of there and wiped it out. Oh no, check this out. That is the bracket for the IQ. And you know darn well that when you pull these things down, black mouse poops are just raining down on you, usually. Not on mine. So, test strips, keep the mice out, and I wonder how many decades I'm going to get out of this hot tub. This is Craig the Spa Tech. Give me a like. Catch you later.